As we gather today in this special place,
together we acknowledge the First Nations people,
the traditional custodians of this land.
We should always remember that under the buildings,
concrete and playground,
the land was and always
will be home to the Gweagal people of the Darawal Nation. Together we pay respect to elders, both past and present,
to the young people of today,
as they embrace their connection to country.
Hello parents, carers, families and friends. Well, Presentation Assemblies 2021. Sitting here once again addressing you in this way, I had to think, how did we do these last year? Because really, never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be repeating the process. It's a wild understatement to say it's been an interesting year. Earlier this year, we came to realise that the 2020 Remote Teaching and Learning was a training session for what was to be this year. In some ways, the year has been a blur. However, we were clear in our resolve to support students and families in every way we thought of, and so many of the ways you suggested to us. As a profession, we experienced significant shifts in pedagogy. As a family, you experienced being a co-learner and co-facilitator. As educators, we dip our professional hats to you with respect for what you achieved. During Remote Teaching and Learning, our school employed casual teachers for 156 days to ensure their employment and to allow our teachers to remain focused on their core business, that of supporting your child with their learning. I know our teachers worked long hours in their remote classrooms and they planned and plotted their next teaching and learning steps with colleagues every single day. They turned their attention to their own families in an instant and then flipped back to their virtual classrooms. Our assistant principals, Mrs. Sterling, Mrs. Pellegrini, Mr. Metlis, Mrs. Ryan and Mr. Hogan led their stage teams with unwavering support, compassion and huge effort. They and their teams developed a deeper sense of connection as they worked so closely yet so far apart. Mr. Edwards and I shared the leadership of our school by taking turns being on site. This ensured that if we did have a positive COVID case, our school could continue to be open each day. I thank Mr. Edwards for his dedication and enthusiasm, his friendship, and his absolute resolve to make every school day throughout this year a positive one. I am so grateful for an incredible group of colleagues at this school. In the first week of the June school holidays this year, we lost our PNC president, Matthew Sinclair. Matt was a man of sincerity, the highest integrity, professional, kind, driven, dedicated and passionate. He steered our PNC for over 4 years. I remember the very first time I met Matt at an annual general meeting. I wondered, who is this man sitting next to me? I introduced myself and he to me. With the note, he added, "My wife suggested I come." Little did I know that at that meeting he would be elected president and the bond between our school and our parent group would be one of genuine partnership. He was and remains to me one of the good men in our community. Vale Matt. And now to the heart of our school, our students. What a job you did. You came, you went away, and then you came back again. You worked, you played, you missed out on some school activities. You did things with your families that you would not ordinarily have had the opportunity to do. At different times throughout the year, you struggled and you strived. I said at one point, instead of thinking about the things you missed out on, think about all that you have gained. You may in fact be the most resilient children now and adults in the future when you grow up that our community has ever seen. You are part of history. In years to come, you'll look back on this time and feel very satisfied with your personal achievements. I'm proud of you for what you did. There's no denying it's been a hard year for everyone. In the days to come, when we have a chance to sit still and reflect upon the year and tell all that we have achieved, we'll shake our heads, we'll give a sigh, and will wonder how we did it. As a close-knit community, our gritty resolve made us get up every day and push on. I respect each and every one of you for what the year has given you. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and all the good that comes at this time of year. I wish you peace, happiness, and particularly, I wish you good health.
Dear students, parents, carers and fellow educators, well, what a year it has been. Who would have thought that we would be handed the challenge of remote learning for the whole of term 3 with only a moment's notice? If recent times have taught us anything, it is that nothing is certain. However, I believe that life is about change. We must embrace it and look for the opportunities in every challenge. Well, we certainly did that. Firstly, I have to thank the amazing teaching team in Stage 2. Mrs. Winton, Mrs. Teal, Mrs. Dodd, Mrs. Kelleher and Mrs. Way, who have all been absolutely tremendous. I can't tell you how highly I regard these teachers as leaders, educators, colleagues and friends. I could not have asked for a more positive, hands-on team this year as we rode the roller coaster that was the technological learning curve. Up and up we went. I know that all the students in year 3 and 4 benefited from the collegial, supportive nature of our team, and the combined efforts of our labours resulted in students who felt connected, empowered, acknowledged and valued. And to my dear class of 2021, 3-4M, I feel like I was robbed this year. I want another year with you guys. I wish I could do 2021 all over again, with 4 full terms, but alas, time waits for no one. And you must all move on to the next stage of your learning journey. I will certainly miss you. You are smart, able, creative, inventive, talented, caring, hardworking, thoughtful, polite, respectful, and above all else, kind. You have all thrived this year, and your individual talents are shone. It has been my absolute pleasure to teach you, and I feel honoured to be able to say that I am a small part of your lifelong journey of learning. Always believe in yourself, and remember, you don't have to be the best, you just have to try your best.
To the amazing students in 3D, I say thank you. Thank you for letting me teach you, and also thank you for letting me learn from you. This past year, we have all grown so much together. I wish I could rewind time and do it all over again. When we first met at the start of 2021, none of us would have imagined the year ahead. I most certainly never thought I would be cracking eggs over my head or taste testing pickle juice to inspire learning. and I bet you never thought you would be doing your learning in pajamas every day. However, thanks to your daily dedication to your learning and all the wonderful support from your parents and carers, you made it through the lockdown. You have inspired me daily with your kindness, creativity, intelligence, and perseverance. My wish for you is that you believe in yourselves like I believe in you. A little bit of each of you will always be with me. 3D, it has been an absolute pleasure and privilege to be a small part of your learning journey.
Well, 3T, it's been quite a year. As I think back over the year and how quickly it has flown, one thing that springs to my mind is our time capsule that has been sitting at the back of our classroom all year. In it contains the letters we wrote to ourselves in the first week of school, our thoughts, our expectations, and our goals to achieve for the year ahead, not to be opened until the last week of school. I don't think any of you would have anticipated that you would be working from a virtual classroom, learning technological skills way beyond your years, submitting learning tasks online, and talking to your teacher on Zoom while still in your pajamas. During remote learning, you amazed me every day. Your perseverance and ability to adapt to the unusual situation we were in, rising to meet the challenges of the technology that we had just barely covered in class and often expected to spend many hours of your day completing tasks on your own. Now, I know it wasn't always smooth sailing, and we must also remember the excellent job our mums and dads and even our grandparents may have done in supporting us, of which I am so thankful for. But problems were overcame, and you all carried on in your own way regardless, and soon remote learning became normal to everyday learning. I was so proud of you all. But I think my favourite part of this year was definitely having you all back at school, busily learning together, happily, and we haven't stopped since. Well, 2021 is very quickly coming to an end, 3T, and it's time for you to continue on to the next step in your learning journey, the wonderful world of Year 4. I feel privileged to have been part of your lives through this year, and I'm looking forward to opening up that time capsule in week 11 and reflecting with you on what has turned out to be a very extraordinary year.
Hi 3W. When we started 2021, I don't think that anyone could have predicted that we would spend an entire term in lockdown. That was a bit disappointing, but you are resilient and adaptable, and you still learnt so much during that time. I'm so grateful for the 3 terms that we did get to spend together in the classroom. I thoroughly enjoyed getting to know each one of you, how you learn, your likes and dislikes, the things that bring you joy. You've been such an enthusiastic group of learners, and I'm so proud of you and your many accomplishments. You are developing into mature young people. You're caring, thoughtful, kind, and especially forgiving of my Friday brain moments. I'm not quite ready to hand you over to Year 4 yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to watching you grow and learn even more over the next few years at Engadine West. Keep making mistakes, keep learning, and keep being your wonderful selves.
Hi 4KM families. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to know you all and work with such a fantastic group of children in my class. What a crazy year we've had. After a difficult 2020, this year we were thrown into lockdown and rose to the challenge of learning remotely, whether it was from home or still from school, for 13 whole weeks. I take my hat off to all the mums, dads, nanas, pops, grandmas and grandpas who took on this challenge and worked with, encouraged, motivated and supported my beautiful students. Thank you. I know it wasn't always easy. We've been through some very difficult times, some happy and some exciting. Everyone's experience at home, and even those that still needed to attend school without their close friends, was unique. Some needed technical support, others needed support with learning a particular concept, and some just needed some plain old motivation. I think we all had printer problems at one point or another. Running out of ink, I know I did. I'd also like to thank our 4K parents that are essential workers and acknowledge the wonderful and necessary work that you did throughout this time. I truly appreciate it. 4K, I'm so very proud of each and every one of you for your resilience when learning from home. We gave you so many new ways to work, from interactive documents through Google Drive and Google Classroom, to navigating and using online apps for your maths tests and for coding, as well as making videos of yourselves, doing drama and fun exercise challenges. Our class Zooms were an exciting chance to catch up with each other, learn something, share some fun stuff and play lots of Kahoot games that you were able to share with your families. I think they were the favourites. I'm also proud of you for your positive attitudes when we returned to school, as it was a big adjustment for everyone. I've loved working with you all, especially the fun and laughter we shared. You have worked hard this year and should be proud of your achievements. I hope you enjoy your well-deserved break over Christmas, and I wish you all the very best for Year 5 next year.
"2021 has certainly been a year to remember. Despite the unexpected learning from home period that was Term 3 and part of Term 4, I can honestly say that I've absolutely loved being your teacher this year and feel so privileged to work in an incredible school with such wonderful students and teachers. Every single student in 4W has tried their very best this year, and to say that I am proud of you would be an understatement. Throughout this year, you persevered with difficult tasks until you achieved success. You became technological whizzes, and your creativity shone through in the most astounding ways. Our classroom is a calm, creative, colourful and thriving learning environment where students work hard and treat each other with kindness and respect. Despite the challenges we faced this year, we laughed, we danced, we grew our minds, and we even managed to squeeze in an awesome excursion to Bundeena. I feel like we learned a zillion new things this year. But to me, what stands out the most is the kind and caring way you treat each other. The way you treat others says a lot about who you are, and I think that you are all superstars. As Year 4 comes to a close and you prepare to move on to Year 5, please remember that you are unique, you are special, and you are valued. Thank you for being you. I am honoured to have played a role in your lifelong learning journey. Thank you parents and carers for your unwavering support, not only for your children but for myself. I am so grateful to have spent this year teaching the wonderful students of 4W, and I will certainly remember it as a very special year.
Engadine West Community, Mr Edwards here, Schools Deputy, and it's my privilege to share with you what I'm grateful for in 2022. I'm grateful for being part of such a wonderful school community, and there's members of our school community who have contributed in so many fantastic ways. Firstly, parents, an unprecedented input into student education with remote learning. Thank you for your support. Our school's administration team have gone above and beyond, taking care of not just administrative needs, but well-being needs as well. Our school's learning support officers who have supported teachers in ensuring that every student can achieve to their potential. Mr Mills, our GA, has kept the school maintained. And Engadine West, Mrs Roach has been a fantastic principal this year. There's been so many demands made on her, but she's come through with flying colours, being able to understand the complexities of the expectations that have been placed upon the school, and being able to communicate and lead, ensure the well-being of staff, students, and the wider school community. And we've come through this together. So, in saying that, thank you, Mrs Roach, on behalf of the whole school community. You are an inspiration to us all. Your leadership is outstanding. And I would like to wish everyone in the Engadine West Public School community a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.